Okay, this is me explaining taking the hit again. I had an original video, but I came out of pocket and my mouth, so I deleted it because I said some words that I normally would never say unless a woman earns the title of bitch. But the way I said it was kind of racist, so I'm remaking the video, and this way you guys won't think that I was lying about it. I did use the wrong terminology, and I went into story time mode. All right, I've told you guys this story before, so I will give you the cliff notes of the video that I deleted. I talked about how my cousin stole a van, I drove the van, and I got hit in the face because the whole day I didn't know if I could take a hit anymore. And I happened to have a conversation with two of my bros that was friends of my younger brother, who initially became more my friends than his. And we got to talking, and I told him that I wasn't sure I could take a hit because I hadn't been in a fight since I was like 15, 16 years old. And come find out, I could take a hit. And that's pretty much the long and short because my cousin Tony got me into a situation where not only did I get hit twice in the face, but I wound up in handcuffs. And that's the long and short of the video that I deleted. And I also said that the song, Sometimes You Gotta Take the Hit, came to me while I was taking a pee. Alright? Because the truth of the matter is, in life, sometimes you do have to take the hit. You should never have to take the hit for anybody else outside of your child, your girlfriend, or your wife, or a potential girlfriend or a wife. I don't really recommend you taking a hit for anybody, but sometimes shit happens, and then that was a case of shit happening to the ninth power. So, simulation failed on that motherfucker. But yeah, I also threatened my cousin quite a few times, and he's been through some shit. I think he's still alive. I don't know. But karma doesn't forget an address, y'all. It really doesn't. And he's living proof of that. Anyway, the long and short is I wound up in handcuffs. I threatened the guy who owned the car. I threatened the guy who's his big brother. And I threatened my cousin. And then they drove past me. And I had to walk all the way the fuck home. Now, I talked about a woman who didn't exist. And I called her the B-word. But I put her ethnicity in front of it. And so for that, I do apologize, which is also why I deleted the video. That way I wouldn't have to make an apology video. Now, in all honesty, I usually don't call women the B-word unless they fucking earned it, like Miss Jones in high school and Miss Deal in college. I will never address them by their names. They are bitches. Straight the fuck up. Oh yeah, there was the other Spanish teacher in college who said, I never met a Mexican who couldn't speak Spanish, but I'm not fucking Mexican. Alright? And I had to literally tell her, yo, I'm not Mexican. I am part Native American, but I'm not from that part of the Native American diaspora. And one last thing, for people who aren't aware of shit. Native Americans are also from Mexico. There are Mexican Americans who are Native Americans. Maybe I ain't say that right. Mexicans are also Native Americans. They had tribes just like the known tribes of America. Native Americans, Mexico wasn't a country until the U.S. put borders there. So there were Native American tribes. There's still some that are connected to Native American tribes here in the U.S., like the Hopi and whatever tribe Spirit comes from in G.I. Joe. But there's a couple of more that's like right on the border, because I think some of the Pueblo also go down towards Mexico. So Native Americans, Aztec, Incan, Mayan, those are still natives, even though they are in Central America or Mexico. But a lot of people don't count them as Native Americans because they know that it would increase the numbers, so they don't want to do that. But for the record, the Spanish teacher called me a Mexican in front of a whole bunch of white people and one black person. She didn't know I was mixed, and I had to explain to her that I'm not Mexican. I'm actually mixed. I said I'm part white, part black, and part native. And she's like, oh, okay. Initially, the conversation went like this. Jaime, you should use the back of the book to cheat because you're failing my class. It's been 3 weeks, and you have failed everything I've given you. And I said, well, ma'am, if I cheat, I can't learn Spanish. And she's like, well, you should already know Spanish is basically what she was trying to say. But what she came out her mouth with was, I've never met a Mexican who can't speak Spanish. I about lost my shit. And I said, "Excuse me, ma'am. That was very fucking racist. Secondly, I'm not Mexican and you need some culture." I said, "I am part native, part black, and part white, but I am not of the Mexican diaspora." Right? And this is actually before I really discovered that Mexicans were also Native Americans. Now, make sure you understand this. When I say Mexicans are Native Americans, I mean by blood Mexicans, the ones that are descendants of Aztec, Incans, Mayans, and damn it, I can't think of the fourth tribe because it was small. But there were a lot of Mexican tribes that are the same as any other tribe in America, like the Kiowa, like the Hopi, like the Pueblo. They're all Native Americans. The American government put borders on them and decided that those Mexicans are not Native Americans, but they are. And then if you're like Mexican and you were born there, but you're actually racially Chinese, you're a Chinese Mexican, but you're not of Mexican descent. You're just a resident of Mexico. You're just Chinese. Same thing with Japanese, same thing with black. Unless you've mixed with the indigenous population, you are Mexican. You're just not by blood Mexican, meaning you're not a native of Mexico. Okay? Hopefully I explained that correctly. Sometimes you gotta take a hit, yo. And I hope y'all like the song. Thank you for watching. BC.